Hello, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Equestria War, the Kingdom Wingbardy with Garibald. And today's episode, well, we went back just a little bit because I don't want to be surrounded for no reason. I'm keeping an eye on you things. That's what it is. When you take that province, you randomly just okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. That works. That works. Kinda. You just randomly, when you take that province, you randomly, they just decide, okay, well, time to go. Signs of recovery. After Gumberto recovered from his overdose, Garibald immediately sent him to a renowned therapist who had treated many addictions before. At first, Gumberto was reluctant to cooperate, dodging the therapist's questions, but slowly he began to open up. The therapist tried to identify the root cause of his addictions. This way, a way to fulfill his needs that didn't involve addiction substances could be discovered. After several hours of questioning, the therapist concluded that Gumberto craved emotionally strong experiences, which could also help with gaining friends, as an alternative to drug abuse. She recommended various sports and hobbies which would provide the intensity he was looking for, while also having a social dimension. Out of options listed, Gumberto liked the sound of car racing. His father promised to provide him the funds he needed. Soon enough, Gumberto had acquired a Telosian racing car, was practicing by driving the countryside. He became a member of a racing club and soon enough participated in races with others. His wine collection eventually replaced with a collection of shining race cars. While the royal treasury was drained a bit, at least Gumberto now cared little for drugs. Now he has a need for speed. Honestly, that works. I like that. Good for you. A much more healthy, thing to enjoy, I'd say. Last thoughts, and that was that. With the sentencing, his father had finally been given justice. The griffin behind his death was given his rightful punishment, and the great wrong that had cursed Garibald for his entire reign was righted. Perhaps now he could finally feel at peace. Perhaps Gumberto would finally feel peace. But something still nagged at Garibald. Yes, he was certain that Eric had done the deed, everything lined up with it at least. But what was his motive? What could he possibly stand to gain from killing Wingbardy as king? At the time, they were still loyal to Griffinheim, and it was obvious that he had no personal disagreements or grudges with him or his father, so why would he commit such an act? King Garibald did not know the answer to that question, and it bothered him. I'm gonna either just add justice for Garibald, which gives some okay stuff, or there must be something deeper here. We need to know if there's more truth behind all this. We can't just leave it there. What if there's more that we don't know about? Just waiting there to be discovered. Oh, darn it. Well, I guess we're attacking down there now. Oh, interrogate Ebonwing and investigate the Imperial Seal. The letter we found clearly had the Royal Imperial Seal on it, something that very few in the Empire have access to. That only leaves two options as to who could be behind Ebonwing's actions. Alright, we are also going to Prepare. I hope that such a thing can be avoided, at least for the moment. But just in case, we must be prepared and ready. I would like to finish my intervention in Saudi Arabia first, but if such a thing were to come, I must be prepared for it. And we will interrogate Ebonwing as well. Due to the endless mercy of King Garibald, Eric Ebonwing is now languishing away in our most secure prison in Carinth, never to see freedom again for his crimes. But if any griff else was behind the assassination, he would be the one to know. Hopefully he will be feeling cooperative. I hope so. Please go fast. Please get there first. Yes! Oh, thank goodness you got there first. I needed you to get there first. We're also working on expanding the Cat. When Wingbardy acquired the Catrin concessions from Abyssinia, the exact agreement on borders was vague. While there were internal issues, the government had been content to just exploit the city. If we want to expand our Zebrakin holdings, however, we need to acquire the surrounding Cat region as a staging ground for military operations. Yes, that seems like a grand idea. The interrogation. Gavina Garatino opened the door to the interrogation room, softly closing it behind him. Being honest, he was not entirely prepared for this. It was supposed to be the king himself here in his place, but unfortunately he had been burdened by the matters of state at the last minute and could not go. So Gavina was now here to see what he could find. Across the middle table was the killer himself, Edric Ebonwing, bound and sitting on his own chair. The Wingbardians regarded him for a moment before breaking the silence. I do hope that you at least feel remorse for what you've done. He sat down, making sure to keep unbreaking eye contact with Eric. After all, you broke the very empire you sought to fight for. I did my duty, the Imperius softly responded. Did you now? Gavino leaned in, folding his talons forward. Who gave you those orders then? Did someone pay you? Or was it an Imperial order? Nothing. Gavino sighed and stood back up, turning his back to the criminal. I'm sure it's safe to assume that these griffins are dead now. After all, it's been decades since then. You are one of the few still alive from that period. What are you protecting from staying silent anymore? Your life is already over. Why not just come completely clean and let us find the truth? Still silence, shaking his head, Gavino turned over for the door and opened it. But just as he was about to walk through, he heard Eric's voice speak once more. Search the files in the Regency Chamber in Griffinheim. You'll find your answers there. Thank you, Minister Ebonwing. Your cooperation is appreciated. You will have access to an operation to break into the Regency Chambers. Well, time to create an agency. I mean, we've got to do it. It's our only way. If that's what we've got to do to be able to find out the truth, then we've got to create an agency. There we go. We're really cleaning up the border. The Imperial Seal. The Imperial Seal. So the king... So the king had called upon us once more to reopen the case. He believed that Ebon Wing was motivated by some grip behind the scenes, and he needs to know who. So, Gavino Gartino slammed the letter they had acquired long ago. We believe that this letter is the key. Any ideas? Well, we already have one to access the Regency chambers, actually. So, we might as well learn the other one. We believe that this letter is the key. Any ideas? The seal. A griffin else immediately responded. Only the Imperial family are allowed to use that seal. Gavino nodded. Good. So who were the only griffins at the time allowed to use it? There was silence for a few moments as they thought it over. Only the Regency Council and Grover, another finally said. Yes. Unfortunately, we don't know which of the two did it. Plans are in place for a strike team to search the Regency chambers and Grover's room. But odds are we only have time for one. So who do you think it is? Well, it's obviously the council, small griffin with glass exclaimed. How could a 12-year-old order an assassination? He was a child, for Boris's sake. A child with power, a griff standing next to him reminded. Entitlement leads to even children doing terrible things. We can't rule him out. Gavino hummed in agreement. He's right, we can't. So I ask again, who do you think it is? Well, it's probably the Regency Council, because we were told to check the Regency Council. But I want to see if we kick Grover. Do we get both as options now? We do. Information has led us to believe that what we seek lies within the Regency Council in Griffinheim. This will be a very dangerous operation, but one we will have to take to find who is truly behind Gilberto's murder. Information has led us to believe that what we seek lies within Grover's room in Griffinheim. This will be a very dangerous operation, but one we will have to take to find out who is truly behind Gilberto's murder. Okay, well, we'll just check both then. Despite it saying we only have time for one, apparently we can do both. So, oh well. I guess you're wrong. Visiting the troops. Why must I be here again, father? Prince Gilberto complained as they walked across the streets of Carthan. I've better things to do than this. Because you will be king one day, and with that title comes the responsibility of leading your troops. The two griffins turned into an entryway, which opened into a courtyard filled with soldiers in formation, standing at attention. They saluted as soon as they noticed the king enter. These are the griffins that fight for you in Wingbardy, and you must understand and respect that. Gilberto fell silent as he followed his father up to a high balcony, where they could see the entire regiment at once. Garibald stepped forward, ensuring that all the soldiers could hear him. Soldiers of Wingbardy, tumultuous times have befallen the kingdom, and though we may have weathered the worst, war is still on the horizon. If we are to survive the day, we must be ready to fight our enemies, wherever they may appear, and Wingbardy will rely on all of you to win that fight. So I ask you all to trust in me, and to lead you to victory, should the time come against when we are under threat, so that we will surely be victorious. Vive le roi! The soldiers shouted back in unison. The king turned to look at the prince, who was still watching impatiently. So that was what you brought me here, to watch you give a speech? Garibald shook his head. No, son, I brought you here. Get down there and give me 20. You need to learn respect. of soldiers and kings. How was it? How was it? Prince Gilroy didn't look at his father as they walked away from the courtyard. It was fine. Everything the captain ordered me to do was harder than last, and he yelled at me whenever I was too slow with the exercises. But there were a few soldiers there I liked. He gave a tired huff, his clothes still drenched in sweat from the activities. We actually had a lot in common. It was nice being able to talk about things while we did it. So what do you think about a soldier now? Gumberto stopped to look at his father. It's much different than I thought it would be. I imagined it was easy, just waiting around until they pick up a gun and shoot someone, but it's not. The king nodded his head. Yes, you need to understand the hardships that they go through every day to protect the kingdom, just as I did during the Falkor War. Once you understand and show that you are weathering a hardship alongside them, then you will truly be their king and their leader. Gumberto remained silent for a moment. I think I might come back and do it again sometime. Talking and exercising with soldiers is nice. Garibald looked at him in surprise, but for once it was a good kind. Maybe he was finally changing for the better. Well, that was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, good, I'm glad. Yeah, I agree, you should. I think it would be good for you to do that. There we go. Oh yeah, we have done it. There we go. Alright, head down. We can go help the southern front now. Okay, we need to wait for Spy to be ready. Yeah. Oh, someone's sick. Well, get over it and give me 20. Sorry. I'm used to dealing with my son. Well, that's a good start for him. There we go. I'm going to declare war on them yet because I do want to. If they don't make me go to war now, I do want to wait till I finish supporting them, these guys first. The Carthan Pact has kept the South safe for decades since the fall of the Empire. We should take time to reaffirm our commitment to our allies and celebrate our long friendship. Oh, never mind. We can just go to war now. Well, sorry, man. Hopefully you can deal with them. If you can't, we'll be back after this war. The Abyssinian crisis. The ongoing border dispute between Wingbardy and Abyssinia has reached crisis point, as both sides refuse to step down over the issue. The Wingbardian colony of Katrin is seen by the Abyssinian government as an illegal occupation. Recently, it was discovered that Wingbardy had built a fort near the town of Katkat, located in land Wingbardy claimed to have purchased but previously not occupied. A skirmish broke out between the colonial garrison and Abyssinian police, with both sides blaming the other. The incident has since spiraled out of control, and a built-up of forces on both sides of the border suggests that soon the dispute will soon escalate into all-out war. Those kittens shall fear the Wingbardian eagle. Abyssinia contests our claims. Firefights broke out all along our fortification line in Katkat, as confrontations between Abyssinian forces and our garrisons went unresolved. In most cases, our soldiers were not even warned, and instead preemptively assaulted and besieged by Abyssinian troops. Most forts are holding, but some garrisons had to abandon their position as not be overrun. Every report has been clear. All the skirmishes are initiated by the Abyssinians. It is clear that the Abyssinian government is intent on kicking us out of Zebrka entirely. This cannot stand. Attack! So we'll bypass this. Our preparations for Persia and Katran have all led up to this moment. The Wingbardian people are expecting victory overseas. The military is eager to test their mettle against the felines of Zebrka. We shall crush the line of Abyssinia and deliver the triumph that shall transform our holdings into a great colonial empire. Yeah. Sounds good. Let's do it. I mean, I can't really push anywhere, though, is one problem. I probably should have checked how much I was losing here. Oh boy. This is not good. Okay, let's just naval invade them. Do I not have naval invasion technology? Because that doesn't make sense how I wouldn't start with that. Okay, I do. Okay, go ahead and join on in if you would like. You too. You don't have to, though. Okay, we are gonna reload a bit, just because I don't want to just start the war that badly. And also, I would like to see if I could get a naval invasion started preparing beforehand. Like, that was bad. That was really bad. I completely understand. I completely agree. I just was not paying attention. I did not think they would start the war there. So I'm just gonna reload. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just have to get back up to that point. Yeah, we're just, just a month back. It's fine. It's all fine. We're all good. We're all fine, guys. Everyone calm down. Nobody panic. Calm down. Nobody panic. We're all fine. Everything is going to be fine. Everyone calm down. Nobody nobody panic. Hey, everyone settle. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. No one at all. But you should buy buy some war bonds. I agree with that, Apple Bloom. Buy some war bonds. Buy some war bonds. That I agree with, though. If panicking causes you to buy some war bonds, then panicking might not be too bad, but still don't panic too much. Okay. Flying ship. As the war worsens, the Cutie Mark system of job assignments has been abandoned in all but name. How do you categorize ponies with soda pops, flowers, or musical notes when you need line workers, wielders, and front-line troops? Entry from Princess Twilight's journal! Yay! I don't know. I don't know. I'm weird, okay? Just let me be weird, okay? Okay, come on back. Some of you are going to prepare for a naval invasion over there. You guys stay stationed here and prepare to give support. That is bad support. And let's redo that bit. And that actually seems to be going better this time. I think I might be wrong about that. Not sure. Alright. Oh, we do need to get our ships down here as well. Alright, come on down here, ships. I'm just gonna help you hold out in a couple defensive positions. Nothing crazy this time. Let you move out. Take these provinces, you know, simple stuff. Like that. Help you defend there. Oh, no, don't help you defend there because we actually are bringing you back now. We are going to do this. A masterpiece. Yeah. That's the same event as all the others, so just going to not care about that too much. Bypass that again. Yeah, we do need to deal with that at some point. That would be nice. Regito Esquerquito. Wingbardy once had a mighty army that could have once rivaled that of Griffonian Empire of old. We have fallen far from grace since then. We can begin to give our army the attention that it desperately needs. Yeah, we're not actually hurting them, and we're just losing troops. Results. King Garibald had not seen his son for a few days now. This was fairly odd, as even before he had started tutoring his son, the king usually saw him at least once a day, even if it was just him fetching more wine or going to his bedroom in the royal palace. Something had changed, and he was unsure what it was. Hopefully Gumberto had turned over a new leaf and was bettering himself on his own. Perhaps he had taken Garibald's lessons and teaching his hearts and had abandoned his shameful ways. He could be somewhere behaving like a true royal and taking his position seriously, as the king had hoped. Of course, he may also just be somewhere partying and drinking as usual. It would be a disappointment, yet expected of the prince. Either way, Garibald was tired of waiting to find out. He was going to find his son, no matter where he was or what he was doing, and hope for the best, for all the kingdom may depend on it. A disappointment no longer. When Kits Roberto was... Actually, yeah, we are gonna read what's happening to him in the next episode. And we're gonna do this war and continue it in the next episode. For now, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And as always, peace.